There we go. So 3, 2, and 1. Well, Mayor Mike, welcome back to Mayor's Monday here at WSAU, WSAU.com. We have almost made it to the end of the year. Everybody is still intact. We're all still in shape there, and we are ready to. Are we ready to put this behind us yet and look forward to 2022? Is
I
that
am
the mood?
so ready to put 2020, 2021, all of those in the rear view mirror. 2022 is going to be bright and new and exciting, and I'm still very positive on that. So don't rain on my parade.
Okay, we won't. We won't talk about anything negative. We're gonna have positive vibes only. Is that what the kids are saying these days? The vibes?
They've been saying it since 1969, dude. Summer of
Okay.
Love, Woodstock, when they chanted "No rain, no rain, no rain." The power of positive thinking.
Yes, indeed. And Mayor Wiza was there for that
Yeah, I was like
as well.
3.
Yes, indeed. So first off, you mentioned positivity lights, a great project that you've got going on there in Stevens Point that's actually funding in part because of your artistic ability.
Or
Tell us
lack thereof. So
hey, I'm giving you credit here. Tell us what's going on.
the river mayors, which consist of Chris Fredrickson up in Rhinelander, Katie Rosenberg in Wausau, and myself here in Stevens Point, came up with this really cool fundraising idea for local arts projects to bring awareness to local arts and to encourage people to shop locally, not just through the holiday season, but really all the time. Support your local communities. That's what we want. So we each, Mayor Katie has some great talent when it comes to painting. And Chris Fredrickson, of course, is an amazing talent of his own. I don't have that sort of creative ability. So I used to paint by number, and I've been very disclosing about that. Mine is a paint by number, so it's not actual talent, if you consider keeping within the lines talent, I suppose, maybe. But we all painted an original piece, signed it, and then we put it up for auction in conjunction with PBS Wisconsin to raise money for community art projects. We each chose a project in our respective communities, arts and culture related, and that was our champion. And whoever won, whatever, each piece was up for auction for a certain period of time, and we ended it about a little over a week ago at Small Business Saturday. And whoever won, whoever got the most for their painting, got all of the money for the project that they chose. And fortunately, Stevens Point came out victorious by, I think, about $20. So we get all of the money for our arts project. And our arts project is a riverfront artistic lighting project. I don't want to disclose too much about it, but I can tell you that since we've already been declared victors, I've got our crews already working on pouring the footings to make this thing happen. Maybe we'll get it installed this year yet. Maybe it'll be in spring, or maybe a combination of the two, because weather's getting kind of rough. But I want to thank everybody that came out and supported all 3 of the mayors, friends, family, area businesses. I know Bull Falls Harley Davidson was really looking forward to my painting. My painting was a picture of Elvis on a motorcycle, and one of their employees has that model of motorcycle.
Oh, wow.
Which is really cool. So they wanted that painting.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate their support on that. We actually went up to Bull Falls Harley Davidson and tried to recreate it with myself playing the role of Elvis on that motorcycle.
Sure.
So it's out on there on social media for Bull Falls Harley Davidson, but that was cool. The winner of 2 of those paintings is Sprinter IT, which is based up in Wausau. And Chris Tiffany is the owner there. They had an office in Point, but they got rid of that a while back. Chris was very supportive of the community projects, and we're very proud that Sprinter IT was able to acquire 2 of the 3 mayor paintings. Mayor Rosenberg and I are going to be doing a presentation in person up in Wausau on December 20th at Sprinter IT. So if anybody wants to show up and congratulate Chris on his bidding victory, we'll be there about 4:00.
Sounds good. Yeah, and it's great to see that a lot of people came out and supported this, because I think this is something that it may have started over beverages of certain content at a municipalities meeting, and I think in 4 or 5 years this is going to be something We're talking about statewide. This is it's fun, it's light, and again, it supports local communities here in Wisconsin.
Yeah, we all had a lot of fun doing it, and really drawing attention to local creativity, local artisans. That's always important.
hmm Indeed. So we'll look forward to seeing where this goes next year. If Mike Wiza can repeat, if we're going to have some new champions, and more importantly, hopefully some new contenders
There you go.
in the circuit as well. Maybe some administrators and others from across the state.
Sure.
So hopefully that's going to be something that we'll be talking about next year as well. More in the more immediate future, you have the good fortune of being able to book Santa Claus and some reindeer in your downtown business district. Tell us how families can get out and enjoy this part of the holiday Christmas season.
Sure. So, Santa's pretty busy this time of the year, but he does a lot of public appearances now. Most of the work is done by elves, of course, anyway, up at the North Pole. And Santa's more of the PR guy. So you'll see Santa doing a lot of public appearances. Well, what we managed to do, our Downtown Point Alliance, downtown Stevens Point businesses, they managed to book a time slot with not only Santa, but we got a couple of his reindeer. So on December 11th, downtown in the public square, right in front of the giant Christmas tree and all the lighting down there, we are going to have Santa and a couple of his reindeer. I don't know which ones are going to be appearing, but we'll have a couple of his reindeer too. So it's a free event, open to the public. You can get your picture taken, come down to downtown Stevens Point, see some live reindeer, and maybe do a little shopping, have some hot chocolate. Fun family event that doesn't really cost anything.
Yeah, indeed, and it's a chance to have your picture taken with Santa as well, and even pets the reindeer. Are they going to be able to feed the reindeer as well?
I think the reindeer are on a training regimen right now because
Okay.
they've got a pretty big marathon coming up
Mhm.
in just a couple of weeks here. So I don't know if they're going to be allowed to feed them, but I certainly think that people would be allowed to pet them and show their appreciation for dragging Santa's butt around on Christmas to make sure that all the boys and girls get presents.
Yes, indeed. So we look forward to that, and of course, get out and support those downtown businesses there in Stevens Point. Coming up in the more immediate future, of course, local election season is underway now. Nominating petitions are circulating in Stevens Point and everywhere else. And I know in the last few weeks, you've also put out a call. You need some election workers there in Stevens Point.
So yeah, poll workers are always important, and 2022 is going to be a pretty big election year. We actually pay our poll workers, so if you are able to commit to a day of work at the polls, you will help people register to vote. You'll help people at the polls taking their names and providing ballots. I'm sure all of the communities use them. So if you're not in Stevens Point and you'd like to volunteer, contact your municipal clerk. They can point you in the right direction. But up in Wausau, just like in Stevens Point, all of our Portage County supervisors are up for election. And you don't think about this because the election doesn't happen until April. But right now, as of last week, December 1st, people could start circulating nomination papers. So you have to collect a certain number of signatures to appear on a ballot. And that process is going on right now. The due date is actually early January. I think it's the first Tuesday in January they have to be turned in. So if you aren't aware and you want to run and you're not aware that this deadline is approaching, you may be too late by the time you actually get to the clerk's office. So if you're interested in running for Portage County Board, Marathon County Board seats are up as well. I believe your entire council up in Wausau is up for re-election, and the even numbered districts in Stevens Point. So District 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 are up for re-election there. If you're interested in running for any of those seats, contact your municipal clerk. In our case, the City of Stevens Point City Clerk's Office, if you're an alderperson, or the Portage County Clerk. Kayla is available for Portage County Supervisors. The nomination period runs until that first Tuesday in January. So you want to get on the ballot, you have to collect those signatures and file the paperwork before then. And then the campaign season starts with an election culmination in April.
Yes, indeed. And so for those people that are running, obviously this is something that you've done in the past. You've been on city council, you've been mayor now for a couple of terms. Give those people that are thinking about running or are working towards running an idea of kind of what the campaign process is like. What can they expect once their name is on that ballot?
Nothing but misery and agony. No, I'm teasing, of course. But if you want to get involved, there's a saying that the rules are made by those who show up. If you don't like the way things are going, become involved. And once you do that, you get your name on the ballot. The campaign season is really at the local level here, just getting out, meeting people, introducing your platform. What do you like about the city? What do you want to change? What are your goals and aspirations? Letting people know that. Of course, there's some formal things like the League of Wisconsin Voters, or Women Voters rather, the League of Wisconsin Women Voters has a candidates forum. So a public forum where it's not really a debate, but you get to come there and hear answers to your questions and some pre-planned questions for all of the candidates. You'll probably have to do some radio interviews, maybe some newspaper interviews. But bottom line is, between that deadline in January to file, and assuming you get all the paperwork done and your name is on the ballot, January through April, you are selling yourself. You are telling people what you want to do, and hopefully enough people will think your ideas are worthwhile and that you can make a positive change. And if so, the voters will choose you to represent them. And then the real work starts when you get elected, representing your community. Now, people are often hesitant to run for public office because they don't feel they're qualified, or they don't exactly know what the job entails. So get involved. Call your current alderperson. Contact the city clerk. Ask them what they need to do. I tell people that, especially for local government, county board seats and city alderperson seats, really what you need is to have no agenda and a passion for helping your community. You don't need a formal education. You don't need a PhD. You don't need to have a political science background. You just need to care about your community. And if you have that as your foundation, you are going to be successful, because we're all in it for the same reason. We want to make our community better. Some of us have different ideas on how to do that, and that's okay. And as long as we can be respectful and listen to those ideas, we can get a lot done. So I would encourage anybody who's interested to get involved wherever you live. Get involved, run for local office, be part of the decision making.
Absolutely. You know what? We talked about being positive going into 2022. I'm just going to end it right there. That's exactly what we're doing going into 2022, because as you mentioned, we've got the local elections. We're going to have a partisan primary in August. We are going to have a gubernatorial election coming up in October. So the city clerk's office and the ballot printers, everybody involved, those election workers, they are going to be busy in the coming year.
Right. And, I say this to people here in Stevens Point too. You can complain about stuff on social media all day long, and it solves nothing. If you're okay with that, that's fine. But if you really want to fix things, get involved. If you really think the elections are rigged, or that there's some sort of election fraud going on somewhere, then become a poll worker or become an observer. You have the ability to do that, and you can see firsthand what goes on polling days. And if you want to run for an office, you can be part of the change rather than complaining about it on social media. Get off your butt out of your chair and get involved.
Again, I don't know that I can improve on that at all. We're just going to leave it at that, and leave those as the vibes that we are taking over into 2022.
Absolutely. And Michael, since we won't see each other before then, Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and a very happy and prosperous New Year.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and a very happy and prosperous New Year to you as well. We'll look forward to chatting again in 2020.
Perfect. Thanks.
2022, whatever it's going to be.
Time machines happen.
Exactly.